Crystal and I'm back with a new video. Hey guys, so today I'm actually here to do a video which is about my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So if you guys don't know, I actually love eyeshadow palettes. I have quite a significant amount of palettes in my collection, so I'm planning to do a eyeshadow collection video, which it's gonna take a while, but I'll get to it eventually. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So just to let y'all know, I'm more of like a neutral wearer, so I lean more to like browns, reds, masala, that kind of colors as well. I actually do have a couple of colorful palettes as well I have over here, just that the majority here is browns, neutrals, and also I have a nice mix between K-beauty and western as well. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching. Alright, so let's talk about what's on my eyes currently. Currently, I'm actually wearing this. This is the Norvina palette. This is my one and only palette from ABH actually. The color scheme is like this. She is beautiful. This is kind of like a neutral, but also leaning a bit more cool tone as well. Like colors like Volatile. Volatile is actually my favorite shade over here. It's actually like a cool tone taupe kind of thing, so it's very interesting color. Like this eye look I have on my eyes, it probably only took about 5 minutes for me and 2 brushes and that's done. So yeah, and if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my eyes currently, I have the shade Base in my inner corner, Incest in my crease, Love all over my mobile lid, and Wild Child all over my mobile lid, like the center part. As you can see, there's 7 mattes over here, so all the mattes are on the bottom. The top row is all shimmers. I think it's a nice spring palette as well, so yeah. Oh yeah, this costs $42 US. Singapore is selling it, it's a for like what, 76 or 80? I can't really remember, but yeah, this is the Norvina palette, and it lasts about 12 hours on me because I wore this during Chinese New Year, one of the Chinese New Year, I think in 2018 or 2019. I think it's 2019. I wore this in 2019, and I got lots of compliments from my cousins, so yeah, this is what I was wearing. Alright, so let's alternate between Western Beauty and Korean Beauty. So for the Korean Beauty, this is the next one. This is the 3C Overtake Palette by Style Nanda. Looks like this. It has 2 mattes, 2 high impact shimmers, 3 mattes with glitter, and 2 satins. So this is the palette I normally gravitate towards if I'm doing my makeup in the morning, because it's super simple to do, like a very neutral, effortless look in a sense. I absolutely adore this shade over here, this peachy shade over here. You can see there's like a decent dent in it. I think I'm gonna hit pan in it any moment soon. And the high impact glitters are this one and this one. Those are like, ooh, amazing, really A+. They're really like pancak kind of thing. A lot of the palette is actually quite glittery, to be honest. Even the mattes, like this color over here, which I don't really use, to be honest, this color and this red shade over here, there's actually glitter in it. I am not the most fond of the idea of having glitter or shimmer in the mattes, but at the same time it's like whatever, you know, kind of thing. I would say that this is more of like an autumn palette, but to be honest, it's like 24/7 hot and humid here in Singapore. Like, I really can't give a damn, so I just wear palettes that whatever suits my mood. So yeah, I think I give swatches for like the high impact shimmer. So example, like let's swatch this one over here, this peachy pink one over here. Let's do the red, this one. So they look like that. So the high impact shimmer one. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, sexy. Okay, and then this one, the peachy pink one. See, it's like a very nice peachy pink color. This is the matte red, matte brown with the glitter in it. So these are some swatches for you to have a look. So this palette, I can achieve many different looks with it, because I can play with, like, I will put maybe the red one will be in like my outer V and inner V, and then I pop this high impact shimmer color over here. Looks beautiful as well. So I absolutely adore this palette. This lasts about like what, 8 to 10 hours on me. Around like the 6-hour mark, I will notice like a little bit of fading on the outer V, so I guess that's one thing to take note. I need my eyeshadows to last pretty long actually, because I on the average will have days that last about 8 hours, sometimes 10, because example like 8 hours of work, and then maybe like 2 hours of, you know, meeting friends, or I'm going out after school or something like that, you know. So I need my eyeshadows to last. So this is a very, very good eyeshadow palette for Korean beauty, especially because Korean beauty gets shit on for like bad eyeshadows and like barely there eyeshadows kind of thing. You can't see, no pigment, you know, kind of thing. But this one, there is pigment, honey. Alright, so up next, when it comes to eyeshadows, we cannot not mention about the queen, Colourpop. So this is my favorite palette from Colourpop actually. This is the Dream Street palette. I know, this has been discontinued. I am super sad about it. So the color scheme looks like this over here. It has 6 mattes, 1 satin, 3 metallics, 2 duochromes. I got this when it first released actually. I'm super sad that this got discontinued because this is a beautiful palette. I think that it's so versatile because you have like your pops of color like the red and the navy blue over here and your teal, while having like a lot of nice metallics as well. The disappointing shade in here is actually this one over here. I'm not sure what shade is this. I think it's either Stardust or Magical. I'm not sure. I've never understood this because I'm not sure whether is it like, you know, reflected the other way or whatsoever. But whatever. This shade over here, I do not like this shade. This shade is dusty. This is like dust. It looks like okay here. Here, it's kind of thing. For a Colourpop shadow, this is kind of disappointing to be honest, because I expect like full-on pigmentation, but this is kind of like a light dusting. I mean, it's still nice, you know, you can't deny it, but that's the disappointing shade for me. My favorite shade in this palette is actually Moony. I think this is Moony, if I'm not wrong. This deep chocolate brown. Ooh, this brown is like so pigmented. I'm gonna be Manny anyway at this point, I swear to God. Pigmented. Look at that, so pigmented, and it blends out so nicely as well because there are some like matte browns that are kind of like hard to blend. This palette was truly unique at that point of time of release. I think this was released in like 2018 because I think this was the first time I've ever seen such a color scheme. That's when everyone started to do with like a teal as your pop of color and a bunch of neutrals kind of thing. A lot of people I think caught on to this trend. So yeah, this was truly a queen. We stan, we love. I love Kathleen, to be honest. Whatever Kathleen creates, I think it looks absolutely like beautiful. Especially that So Jaded palette. Till this day, I'm still lusting over that palette. I am not sure whether I want to get that palette because it looks so beautiful. But I'm thinking to myself,
when am I ever gonna wear that palette?
But then I'm like,
oh my god, but the colors though, that looks so beautiful.
I'm like, oh, kind of thing. I am very conflicted. If you guys have the So Jaded palette, let me know. I really do want it really very badly. So yeah. The eyeshadows here, they last about 8 to 10 hours on me. But once I was working part-time for some like 12-hour shift, booth stand kind of thing, I was wearing this palette. By like the 6-hour mark, I could see it fading already. Alright, so the next palette we're going to be talking about is this one. This is the Etude House Caffeine Holic Play Color Eye Palette, and I adore this palette. This palette looks like this. It's kind of have like a burnt autumn kind of color. As per usual, I gravitate towards this type of color scheme. So this one has 5 mattes, 3 shimmers, and 2 more glittery shades. Etude House Play Color Eye Palettes, the ones that come in like this type of packaging, they're normally pretty shit, to be honest, not gonna lie. I've swatched the original one before and I didn't really like it. I wasn't very impressed, but this is beautiful. This is a beautiful palette. Let me just swatch a handful for you. Let's see, which one shall we pick? Shall we pick I'll take this brick brown color over here, this brown shade here. Let's take the glittery shade over here. So it looks like this on my hands. Beautiful colors. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. What the heck? Okay, it's a bit crumbly. It's my fault. Sorry. But blended in this is, my hand has no primer, no nothing. This shade over here. Okay, you can't really see anything. Sorry. That's a bad swatch. But you can see it's there, it's barely there. And let's take the glittery shade over here. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful, very beautiful. I absolutely adore this palette. Listen, I adore all these palettes. I keep on repeating myself in that. This in your crease, this in your outer V, and this as your point color. That's it, you're done. It's so simple, it's effortless. The formula here is really, really good. They did something with the formula here which is so different from the other Play Color eye palettes, because the others, they just don't perform as well as compared to this. These are very, very pigmented for Korean shadows. Not as pigmented as, like, you know, Anastasia or Jeffree Star, that kind of thing. But this, ooh, it's beautiful. And I think this is like, what? $20? $20 US, if I'm not wrong. I think it's amazing, you know. It's so cute. It's portable as well. It's very slim, adorable. And totally worth the money. The longevity of this, it kind of lasts for about 8 to 10 hours on me again. Normally eyeshadows, they last about 8 to 10 hours on me. So the next palette I have over here, I'm kind of playing cheat. It's actually my custom palette by Etude House. So you can pick the shades in the palette and then you can pop it in. And these are my favorites. Can you tell? It's neutrals again. So these are the ones. And can you tell which one is my favorite? Because my favorite is actually this color over here. So this is actually a BR407. This shade over here, I have a massive dip in it. Like, it's as deep as the crevice of my fingertip. So it's the shade here, this kind of mustardy shade. I haven't washed the swatches off from previous one, sorry, but it's like this. Oh, so beautiful, so good. This shade, neutral, warm shade that I can, you know, pop it in the crease or all over my lid. It's amazing, love it. It has just the right amount of depth. Sorry, oh my god. It has just the right amount of depth for me to, you know, put it all over my eyes, and you know, it shows up sort of, or you know, if I want to make it more neutral or diffuse, I can just, you know, diffuse it out, and yeah. So I actually brought this to meet with me when I went overseas to Malacca, if I'm not wrong. I just brought this palette and it was perfect because I could use this whole palette for like eyeshadow, and I also used it for brows as well, because I took this dark brown and this brown, I kind of mixed it a little bit, and then after that it worked as like brow powder for me, and it was good enough. At that point of time, I had like dark hair, like this type of deep dark hair, which is my natural color, not this color. So yeah, this worked really well. This bronze shade over here, oh, this bronze shade is good. It's a BR402. Ooh, look at that, so effortless. I had these shadows since like 2016, 2017, and they still perform like this, you know, and it's amazing, gosh. These shadows, again, they last about, I would say 8 to 10 hours, but they last more on the 10-hour side when they are very, very long lasting. Alright, so that's all for the neutral eyeshadows. Those are the palettes that I would normally gravitate towards if I am wanting a neutral look. So yeah, now we're moving on to the more colorful palettes. I only have two because, like I said, I don't really have... I do have colorful palettes, but these two are the ones that I usually gravitate towards if I'm looking for a colorful palette. So let's talk about Colourpop again. Okay, this is the last Colourpop palette, and this is the It's My Pleasure eyeshadow palette. So if you guys don't know, I love purple. I freaking love purple. So purple anything, give it to me. Like, my room is purple, the walls are purple. I once had purple bed sheets. The curtain is purple, so my favorite shade is actually Bare Minimum and Mr. Sandman and Sleeper. Sleeper actually performs really, really well for a matte purple, because purples in general are very hard to formulate, but this whole palette performs really well. The palette over here, majority of it is actually shimmers. So you have only like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 mattes, and even this matte is kind of like a matte with glitter. So mattes with glitter, I'm not sure how some people will count it as a matte or true matte or whatever, you know, that kind of thing, but all these shades perform really, really well. So sample Sleeper, I'm gonna swatch Sleeper for you. It's actually a pressed pigment, so it looks like this. It's a bit crumbly, yeah, sorry. So let's swatch it over here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, it's a bit crumbly. But if you like buff the crumbles out, it looks like this. And this is without a primer. and that's really amazing. I think that's very, very good. So let's swatch. I'll swatch Mr. Sandman over here. It looks like this. Look at that. Wow, look at that reflex. What the heck, man? And let's swatch it. Ooh, look at that. Wet shadows. We stand. Let's swatch one last one. Do or Do. Let's swatch Do or Do. So this shade over here. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's really beautiful. And they all go on like butter, and that's so easy to work with. It's a great purple palette. If you're a purple fanatic like me and you know you're wanting a purple palette, I highly recommend the It's My Pleasure palette. Oh, and they last about 8 hours on me, because by the time at the end of the school day, I came home, a lot of it was faded. That was by the 8-hour mark. So yeah. So the last palette we're going to be talking about is by BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics, in collaboration with Tina Yong, came out with the Run Wild palette. This is how it looks, the eyeshadow segment together with the 2 highlighters. So in total, there are 12 shades. There are 8 mattes, 2 mattes with glitter, and 2 shimmers. This is actually my only palette from BH Cosmetics, but I am very impressed by the quality of the shadows here in this palette, because I heard like mixed reviews about BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I didn't really want to try it, but when I saw this palette announced on Trendmood, I was like, ooh, Tina Yong, BH Cosmetics, and this palette, this color scheme was beautiful. I did not regret, you know, purchasing this. These eyeshadows, they are amazing. I actually wore this to my internship, my workplace. It's kind of like a very neutral look, like a very subtle eyeshadow look. I'll put like a picture here if I can find it. And yeah, I actually really love the palette. I really have no complaints about this palette, honestly speaking. Let me just swatch some for you. Shall we swatch Heat? This shade here. About Hot Mess. Wild Child over here. Another Wild Child. So we have these shades. Okay, one more. Let's swatch one shimmer. Which one shall we swatch? Region? Look at that. Look at that color scheme. We have the Jaclyn Hill palette here on my face. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's a bit crumbly. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, not the best swatches. I know I'm not the best swatcher here, but oh, look at that. Ooh. It lasts about like, again, 8 to 10 hours on me. And also because this is like a face palette, so face and eye palette, so you have all of this here. You actually can use these shadows as eyeshadow as well. So I've used Cocoa as crease shade as well, and that worked perfectly fine. I've used Luna and this shade Scarlet. These shades as shimmer shades, as like more neutral shades. I do not want to put like Region all over my lid at my workplace, so it worked fine, you know. So I absolutely adore this palette, and I think I paid like $20 US-ish for this palette. Absolutely adored it. So yeah, I highly recommend this palette. I'm not sure if this is still available. I have a tendency to recommend things when they're getting discontinued, and I'm super sad, gosh. But I hope this is still available in stock, please. If you can, if you're looking for a good beginner colorful palette, I highly recommend this. This is absolutely amazing. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are staying safe. Don't be an idiot. Don't go out. No. You know, stay safe, wash your hands, practice good hygiene, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!